We begin with breaking news on this Friday night. Another violent day across Jacksonville. 3 separate shootings within 3 hours. One of those shootings turning deadly. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anthony Austin.
And I'm Jeannie Blaylock. Gun violence continues to plague Duval County. Today alone, 4 people were shot. And just a short time ago, we've learned one of those victims has died.
The deadly shooting happened in a gated townhome community that's off Gate Parkway over on the south side. We're told a man was killed there. The other 2 shootings happened in Durkeeville and the east side of Jacksonville. We have live team coverage for you tonight. We begin on the south side where Jeff Vallon joins us live with the breaking details. Jeff.
Good evening, Anthony, and behind me is Crownwood Drive. This in the Ironwood community just off Gate Parkway. It was 1:01 this afternoon. The police were called to a shooting inside a townhouse there on the left as you look at your screen. On arrival, police found an adult white male dead of a gunshot wound. They have not made any arrests as of about an hour ago, but police say they do have a suspect. Now, neighbors say, or a neighbor tells me that he saw 3 people being taken away, but 2 of them were women being taken away in the front seat of a cruiser. It was the 3rd, the neighbor says, was an adult white male who was crouched in the back seat of a different cruiser. Now, police say this does appear to be a domestic incident. They are not saying whether the shooter and victim are related. They also are not saying whether children were in the house at the time or whether any children lived there. Police tell us that there are no outstanding suspects, but the investigation is still active here at the home, and they tell me it may be into tomorrow. Live in Jacksonville, Jeff Vallon, First Coast News on your side.
Jeff, thank you so much. Our team coverage continues now in the Durkeeville neighborhood where a shootout earlier today forced a local high school onto code red lockdown. On your side's Nick Perot joins us live with that story tonight. Nick?
Well, Jeannie, yes, good evening. That code red was shortly lifted to a code yellow as police were investigating in that shooting. 2 people shot, actually drove themselves and took themselves rather to an area hospital, were not used with an ambulance. But right now out here, there's still a crime scene unit out here. Myrtle Avenue has reopened though, but 16th Street between Myrtle Avenue where we're standing and Barnett Street is still closed at the moment. But police right now are still asking for your help in solving this crime. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office are still doing interviews while 2 men recover after being shot around 11:30.
No one's in custody this time. Everybody's under observation at the hospitals.
We're told at least 5 shots fired down the street from Stanton College Prep and a nearby church, as well as this discount food store off MLK.
Right now we're early on in the investigation, so we're just asking for the community's help.
Police are still looking into who fired the shots, but did not say this was gang related. The 2 men being treated did not use an ambulance and arrived at the hospital on their own. Their condition and the seriousness of their injuries has not been released by police at this time. While nearby Stanton College Prep was on code red following the shots, JSO says the school itself was never threatened or involved in any way. Police say they were able to respond quickly thanks to their spot shotter technology, which sends alerts when guns are fired to dispatch.
It just helps with response time. It's a really good tool for law enforcement. It helps us with response time. Absolutely. No, it's a great tool. Absolutely.
And back out here live, police are still looking at possible surveillance video footage from nearby stores here, possible gas station as well. Keep it here for the very latest as we continue to look into more information to this shooting. We're in Durkeeville tonight. Nick Perot, First Coast News on your side.